Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is an exciting day. It's Tuesday, April 26th, and we are going to have two videos actually today because Princess has released their COVID health protocols for sailings in Australia. And so I did a video all about that, and it is long. And so I decided that I should do a separate one for everything else. And so I'm going to talk to you also here about the protocols if you're going to go to Bermuda. I know right off the top of my head that both Norwegian and Royal Caribbean have sailings that go to Bermuda, and so I want to make sure everybody knows about that. I have been asked about it, and it kind of by enough people that it led me to look into it, and it is unusual what they are requiring there, kind of akin to the ArriveCan app. And so I just wanted to let you know about that, as well as some updates. We're going to talk about what is going on with the Ruby Princess, and I'd love to hear from some of you who are on some other ships. So first of all, a quick welcome to all of our Let's Go family members. Thank you, every one of you, for always coming and for everything that you bring. Also, welcome to all of you who are new. For whatever reason, whatever made you click on our videos, we are really glad to have you with us. And so thank you, and I hope you stick with us. If there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed yet, will you please subscribe? We would love to have your support, and we will love to have you in our Let's Go family, and we will help you stay up to date with everything so that you can decide if you would like to go on a cruise, and if you are going on a cruise, so that you can be very well prepared to be there. And so we'll go ahead and get started. Now, the things that I want to share with you about Bermuda is I had a couple of questions asking, Bermuda requires the Bermuda Travel Authorization form be done within 30 days of sailing. A couple of separate people asked me if the cruise lines are going to take care of that for you. And from everything that I can find, they are not. And so there is a link that I will put down below this video where you get linked to the form, and so it makes it so that every person that goes on a cruise that is going to call it Bermuda needs to have this, and it costs $40. And it says the travel authorization requirements include uploading your vaccination card and proof of your negative antigen test when you do that to get on the ship. It has to be the kind like we're used to, that you either need to have done at a lab or you need to have done with a medical professional on the video call with you. And it says, note, the upload of that antigen test results should occur at the same time as the upload as the proof of vaccination. So if I were going on one of these cruises, I would go to that link and just be familiar with it. But other than that, it says if you're unvaccinated, you have to have proof of a negative PCR test to be uploaded, as well as within 96 hours of embarkation. And all unvaccinated guests will also be required to take an additional antigen test at embarkation. That's because the cruise would be going to Bermuda. So they're going to need to do that test. And it says when Bermuda is not the first port of call, or if the ship takes longer than 4 days, that 96 hours, to arrive in Bermuda, all guests, that's all guests on the ship, regardless of vaccination status, will be required to take an additional antigen or PCR test on board no more than 2 days before disembarking in Bermuda. And so that test will be done by the onboard team of the ships that you're going to be on to go there. So just be aware that Bermuda requires this. It's the Bermuda Travel Authorization form, and they even give a phone number that you can call if you're having a hard time with the form. So this is another one that you can just stop the video and be ready to write in reverse. Again, if you need, 1-833-570-2594. So if you need help with that form, if you're having a really hard time, call that phone number, and you ought to be able to get some help that way. If it's like the ArriveCan app is, that you need to go to Canada, I think that I think it'll be pretty straightforward for you. And so that's what I've got to share with you on that. Now, we had our Let's Go family member who embarked on a cruise that was going up to Alaska and calling at 2 ports in Canada, and she departed on Saturday. Let me find that right here. She was so kind to send this to us, and she's on Princess out of San Francisco, and they're going to have ports of call in Vancouver and Victoria. So they had booked their cruise through Costco, and this is amazing. The night before they boarded. They didn't send it to them sooner than that, but like better late than never, I would say. But let me tell you what it says. It goes right along with what we are hearing from Princess, but I thought that you would all appreciate this. And it has all in caps. Please complete Arrive Can before your cruise. We look forward to welcoming you on board for your upcoming cruise that will visit Canada. Please be advised that all guests entering Canada must use the the Arrive Can website or the app to provide mandatory travel information. You will need to enter contact information and travel details, vaccination information, and proof of vaccination. Once you have completed that Arrive Can, you will receive a receipt in the app and by email. This receipt is mandatory for entry into Canada. Arrive Can must be completed before embarkation, and you will be asked to present the QR code, that digital receipt they give you at cruise check-in. And so I just wanted to make that super clear. You are going to have to show that at embarkation, okay? Right there when you check in, when you're showing your passport and you're showing your proof of vaccination and everything else, you're going to need to show that. So Michelle, thank you, my dear, so very, very much. We really appreciate you sharing this with us. And so I hope that that is helpful for everybody. If you're getting stuck on the app, you can put a question down below and I'll try to help you, or maybe people that have gone through. I wanted to point out that today, just today, is the first day that the Norwegian Bliss is sailing into Juneau, which marks the first cruise ship arriving there in Juneau for our 2022 season. And so I thought that was really great. I don't know if we've got any Let's Go family members on that cruise. If we do, will you please go ahead and let us know how it's going, everything going on about that. Tomorrow I am going to talk a lot about Norwegian protocols because I haven't covered those. I've covered all of the other major cruise lines recently. I've covered Holland America and Royal Caribbean and Princess and Celebrities, and so we need to talk about Norwegian. So we'll do that tomorrow with a bunch of other on shipboard updates. We've got so much here to share with you, and so we'd love to hear from you if anyone's on that ship and tell us how it's going. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that everybody knows, and so today is April 26th, like I said, and so on April 29th, there in the port in Los Angeles is when they are going to have the official naming ceremony for the Discovery Princess. And just yesterday, Princess announced who the godparents are going to be for the Discovery Princess. And so they are going to have a fashion designer. His name is Randy Finoli. A chef. Her name is Alex, Guarnascelli. They're going to have also a special effects designer and fabricator, Adam Savage, a real estate broker and flipper extraordinaire, Paige Turner. And so those 4 people are going to be who the godparents are. And so when John Paget was announcing this in the press release, I love that he points out that for the past 7 years on the Princess ships, they have had Discovery at Sea program. And it's supposed to help bring the spirit of curiosity and exploration to every cruise with branded experiences like the Shark Week at Sea, exclusive shore excursion, and onboard activities such as the Camp Discovery Youth Centers and stargazing at sea. And so he points out that bringing all of these kind of people who are really good at this will only enrich that experience. He says, our impressive godparents who represent the best in food, style, wonder, and exploration bring their imaginative and inspirational talents together to celebrate this momentous occasion. We look forward to exploring what we all can do together in the future. And I really like that because, when they named her the Discovery Princess, I was wondering if they would talk about Discovery a little bit more or exploration. and it sounds like they're hoping to. And so I thought you would all like to know about that. April 29th, my understanding is that the naming ceremony will be on YouTube on the Princess channel, just Princess Cruises. And so I'll let you know what we hear about that. But I thought that was great. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Ruby Princess. And so the Ruby Princess keeps coming up in comments a lot. Last night during our live, and we always run our live on Monday nights at 9 p.m., Code 4 for Life joined us. And they are so gracious. They love the Ruby Princess. I think it is their favorite ship, unless they've changed their mind. But they are just departed on Saturday, I believe, on the Ruby Princess, and they were sharing that the internet is terrible and the food is not so good. Now, they love the Ruby Princess, so if they're going to say that, I take that as pretty accurate reporting. They are so kind. They usually stick with us at least for a little while during our live, and I even asked them a question later in the live and they weren't there to reply, and I honestly think that it's because the internet was so terrible. I also know that they're on a cruise, but it wasn't that long after they had been on, so I think that the internet is terrible. I really hope it's better on the Regal Princess when we get over there so that we can do sailaways and show you all how beautiful it is right when it's happening. But anyway, so like I said, they said there were 2,600 passengers on the ship and only 1,000 crew. And so clearly they're still having trouble with getting enough crew. Let's see. We also have had someone else comment on our Facebook group saying that they arrived at the port at like 12:10 on Saturday on time for their embarkation group, and they made it to their stateroom at 3:45. And so clearly there is something slow going on with their embarkation process there. I hope that Princess is trying to work it out. That is a really long time to be waiting around, and I hope that people that have a hard time standing up for a long time, I hope that there is enough seating for all those people, because for some people it's just inconvenient, but for some people it's really hard on them to have to stand and wait and wait and wait. So anyway, I just thought I would let you know about that. We do know that they did get back into port a little bit later. They didn't get into until 6:45 because they were coming from Ensenada that had high winds, so they were a little late leaving. But still, that seems just crazy. So if anybody can comment on that, we'd love it. And then we've got one more comment from Lisa. She's also in our Let's Go family. So thanks so much, Lisa. Here's what she said. So she just got off of the Ruby Princess this weekend. Lots of people without masks, only required to embark and debark. The buffet salad was served by staff, but the rest was serve yourself. It was booked about 50% full, and so there was still lots of places to sit and enjoy yourself. Quite lovely. The staff was amazing. They were in a penthouse suite, and they said that it was very noisy above, could hear people running, and loud carts from the pool decks above us most of the time. But she says that movies under the stars with their own blankets was just absolutely amazing. And so she clearly is someone that finds the silver lining, and I appreciate that because I think it's the only way to live. Otherwise, you're just not going to be happy. So thank you very much, Lisa, for letting us know. And I feel bad that they had suites where there were people being noisy above. Just a heads up about that. You might want to take a quick look whenever you're selecting a cabin and pay attention at what is above you. And I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm not, because the penthouse suites are there. But if the noise bothers you, just a heads up about that. And then I just wanted to tell you all, you know what? I'll tell you all that tomorrow. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Code 4 for Life, and for everyone else. If you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, will you might want to consider heading over. It's a wonderful place to be. It's just Let's Go Travel Tips over on Facebook. And you just click on to join, and my husband is the one that will just admit you. And he does keep a good eye on it. So I really appreciate all of you sticking with me through this. I know that it's a long time, but there is just so much information to share that I think is really important. If there's anything I haven't covered that you would like to know about, put it in the comments and I will do my best. And also in the comments, I would just like to hear, since Australia is starting their sailings and now we've got the protocols, are any of you planning on going to Australia? And do you already have a cruise booked? Are you thinking maybe of what year to go? we would love to hear from you. As well as last night in our live, we talked about our group cruises. So if you have a vote, put them in the comments below, somewhere you might like to go if you would like to go on a group cruise. If you don't want to go on a group cruise, you don't have to say, it's okay. And so thank you. If you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.